This video will show you how to assemble the Onyx Recumbent Cycle and install the 22-inch XL console. It is recommended that you place a protective covering on your floor for the assembly process. During each assembly step, ensure that all nuts and bolts are in place and partially threaded. Do not fully tighten bolts until instructed. Several parts have been pre-lubricated to aid in assembly and usage. Please do not wipe this off. If you have difficulty, a light application of lithium grease is recommended. The hardware bags are numbered with the step in which they are used. Do not open a numbered hardware bag until instructed. The recumbent cycle consists of 3 boxes: the frame, the stabilizer, and the console. It is very important that you either keep the serial number label from each box, or write each serial number down. Place the required tools near your work area. Unbox the frame and stabilizer in the location where you will be assembling the recumbent cycle. Remove the cover from the back stabilizer. Remove the cover from the front stabilizer. Remove the pre-installed screws from the fixing plate. Then, remove the fixing plate. Remove any packaging from the tuner. Pull the cables out from the front of the frame, and insert them into the front stabilizer. Plug the cables into the tuner, as shown in the diagram. Before attaching the stabilizer to the frame, it may be helpful to prop up the frame with a piece of cardboard. Open the Step 2 hardware bag. On the left side of the cycle, install 2 bolts, each with a washer, into the top of the stabilizer. Repeat the process on the other side. On the left side of the cycle, install a bolt with a washer into the back side of the stabilizer. Repeat the process on the other side. Torque all 6 bolts to 40 Nm, or 29 foot-pounds. Reinstall the screws in the fixing plate, then reinstall the front stabilizer cover. Open the Step 3 hardware bag. Attach the back stabilizer to the frame, the same way you attach the front. Install 6 bolts, each with a washer. Torque all 6 bolts to 40 Nm, or 29 foot-pounds. Remove the 2 screws from the back cover of the main frame. Then remove the cover. Remove 2 pre-installed screws from one side of the frame base cover. Then remove 2 screws on the other side, and remove the cover. Remove 1 pre-installed screw from one side of the rear frame cover. Then remove 1 screw on the other side, and remove the cover. Take the end of the lead wire, and wrap it securely around the ends of the 6 cables coming from the main frame. Carefully feed the cables into the rear frame tube. At the back of the rear frame, gently pull the other end of the lead wire to bring the cable bundle through the frame. After the cable ends are out of the frame, remove the lead wire. Plug the wires into the board, as shown in the diagram. Bring the main and rear frame pieces together. Be careful not to pinch any cables. Open the Step 7 hardware bag. Install 2 bolts, each with a washer, into the top to connect the frame pieces. It may be helpful to prop up the rear frame tube with a piece of cardboard, so it is better aligned with the main frame. Install the other 2 bolts, each with a washer, and a nut on the back side, into each side to further connect the frame pieces. Torque all 4 bolts to 80 Newton meters, or 58 foot-pounds. Reinstall the back cover on the main frame. Reinstall the cover on the rear base frame. Remove the front cover from the main frame. Put the trim piece on one side of the base frame. Install one screw into the trim piece, toward the rear. Repeat the process on the other side. Place the seat slide set face down, with the seat back pad underneath. Open the Step 9 hardware bag. Install 4 bolts to attach the pad to the seat frame. Torque all 4 bolts to 25 Newton meters, or 18 foot-pounds. Attach the cover to the seat back. Place the seat slide set on the rail, putting the wheels into the tracks on each side, and sliding the seat all the way forward. Open the Step 10 hardware bag. Place the larger plate on the smaller plate. Take one of the larger screws from the hardware bag and install it on the left to connect the plates. Place the plates on the end of the adjustment plate, on the right side of the recumbent cycle. Install the second longer screw into the plates. Fully tighten both screws. With the seat still all the way forward, on the left side, install the 2 shorter screws into the adjustment plate. Fully tighten both screws. Pull the cable ends from the rail, and connect the cables as shown in the diagram. Tuck the cables into the frame. Using 2 zip ties, secure the cables close to the rail, at the top, and at the bottom. Next, slide the seat, back and forth on the rail, to make sure that the cable bundle does not catch on anything. Attach the back cover to the seat slide set. Partially reinstall the 2 screws for the rear frame cover. Reinstall the cover and then fully tighten the screws. On the console mast, remove the 2 screws from the earphone board cover. Remove the cover and disconnect the earphone board. Loosen the 4 screws in the bottom console mast cover, then remove the cover. Turn over the console mast, then remove the back cover. Take the end of the lead wire, and wrap it around all of the cables from the main frame, except for wire 10, the grip sensor wire. The bundle will go all the way up the mast, but wire 10 will be routed through the hole at the bottom of the mast. If necessary, use plastic wrap or electrical tape to bundle the wires more tightly. Feed the wire bundle into the console mast. Wire 10 will go into the mast, then route it through the hole on the side. Set the console mast on the main frame, making sure to hook the mast onto the guide screw on the front of the frame. Make sure you do not pinch any cables. Connect wire 10 with wire 11, the heart rate wire. Open the step 15 hardware bag. Install the 4 bolts, each with a washer, to attach the mast to the frame. Torque all 4 bolts to 40 Nm, or 29 foot-pounds. Open the step 16 hardware bag. Put the handlebar into place, and install the 4 bolts to attach the handlebar. Torque all 4 bolts to 40 Nm, or 29 foot-pounds. Put the bottom console mast cover into place. Reinstall the 4 screws to secure the cover. Plug in the earphone board and put the cover into place. Reinstall the 2 screws to secure the cover. Place the console face down. Loosen the 2 screws at the bottom of the cover. Then remove the cover. Place the console on the console bracket. There are 2 hooks on the back of the console that should set into the console bracket. Open the step 17 hardware bag. Install the 4 bolts into the console bracket to secure the console in place. Torque all 4 bolts to 25 Nm, or 18 foot-pounds. Connect the cables as shown in the console connections chart, which can be found in the Onyx console troubleshooting guide. Or see the video, Onyx console, cable connections, for instructions. After all cables have been plugged in, neatly bundle them using the reusable zip ties. Remove the 2 screws from the power cord bracket. Then remove the bracket. Plug in the power cord. Reinstall the power cord bracket using the 2 screws. Wrap the power cord around the cord keeper. Reinstall the main frame cover. Reinstall the console mast cover. Reinstall the console cover. Tighten the 2 console cover screws. Next, install the right pedal. Thread the pedal bolt clockwise into the crank. Turn the wrench clockwise and fully tighten the pedal. Now, install the left pedal. Thread the pedal bolt counterclockwise into the crank. Turn the wrench counterclockwise and fully tighten the pedal. Torque the pedals to 40 Newton meters, or 29 foot-pounds. You have finished recumbent cycle assembly. You must set up the console before using the recumbent cycle. See the video. Onyx console, first time setup, for instructions.